ice and snow all over my stuff. Oh, far away there. I'm gonna bring you guys in. Not there's anyone there at all yet. Yeah, that's better. Need to make legs for this table officially. Something's irritating me. Hey, welcome. Working on this again. This, it's a stool. It's gonna be a stool. Gotta put legs on it. Gotta do some other stuff. Very, belated Christmas present for my dad. Oh. This tip's gonna irritate fudge out of me. Oh well. Let's carve it much better now it's dried out a bit more. Yeah, there's plenty of meat there. We'll get past that crack. Hey, welcome. Doing a little bit of carving today. Got a short live stream. Maybe just about an hour. Ish. Maybe even a little longer. We're just doing a little bit of carving. Welcome. I can tell you're one of my repeat people. Oh, we got 4 people. Welcome. Working on a very belated Christmas present. It may be a bit of a wash, though. A bunch more cracks have formed on this since I worked on it last. May have to completely scrap it, which I don't want to do. But sometimes it just happens that way with carving. Next year's Christmas present. Yeah. At this rate, for sure. I don't know, guys. I could probably... So, like, you see this big crack right here? This was a little crack. And I was going to put a metal band around the whole thing to keep it from coming apart. It's going to be a stool. Once I shape it right now, or once I get done shaping it. I probably could just take this entire crack off, this entire piece, get ahead of it. I mean, it'll lose a lot of thickness on it. Really interested. Oh yeah. Can't really read your messages. Next year's Christmas present. Oh yeah, that's funny. I'll donate $500. You don't have to do all that. Let's see. What do we think, guys? We think we try to get past all this? Just chop all that out? It is traveling. It'd probably go all the way through. Which I kind of wanted to, like, scoop this part out as a seat. Yes, 500 doll hairs. Wow. All right. That's enough of that. Yeah, I say we I say we chop it off. I don't know. This whole project may be a bust. What year were you born? I was born in the 1900s. I'll tell you that. I think there'll be enough of it left to if we can get rid of this. I think we'll do that. I'm gonna come in with the ads so I can save as much as I can. Get right ahead of the crack on this part that I know is there. The 1800s. I remember. There goes that crack. There it goes. I think we'll have enough. Yeah, I think we got plenty here to save it. I'm just going to come in and even this out now. It'll be thinner and lighter, which is, I guess, good. But, we'll see. I'll probably try to put a swoop on the entire thing. Ah, yes, Viking toothpicks, yeah. Yep. Welcome, Blender Shop. Doing a really impromptu, probably very short live stream. Wearing all my nice warm Viking wool. We're going to go ahead and trim her down the other side. Had to lop off like half of the thing. I want it to be a little bit more robust. But, you know, you can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you'll find you can get what you need. Nice and dry wood. What am I making? I'm making a little stool. Right now we're working on the seat portion. Kind of scooping out a butt area. We're going to put legs on it. Maybe today. We don't have a whole lot of time for a live stream today. So we're going to get done what we can. I think my main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. No, I'm just kidding. My main goal is to get the main shaping done. And then I can put legs on pretty easy and pretty quick. How's everyone doing today? Yeah, I want to remove a lot from the center bit. Oh, here comes our train. We always have to have one train. Awesome. Looks therapeutic. Oh, very much so. It's very nice. Taking a big piece of wood and making it into a smaller piece of wood, whether you're making something or not. Sorry about the train. Live next to the tracks. It'll be gone in a minute. Right now we're just using ads. Hop on the train. Too far away, too fast, and don't wanna. I think I do, once I level out the inside the rest of the way. I think I do want to thin out the back side a bit. These ads are really nice. I've mainly used these for bowl and bowl, plate, and cup making. But it's really nice. You're just kind of scooping out material. I guess that's what it's for. Never apologize for something. Is this a secret project? Yeah, secret-ish. I mean, it's a very belated Christmas present at this point. I want to kind of have like a sweep to it so it'll be comfortable to sit on. We'll see. I also want it to be thick enough to where it's not really worrisome to sit on it, you know. I'd rather it be stable. I can always add like a little bit of cushioning to it. This is one of the tools I did not sharpen during my sharpening live stream the other day. Make it a toilet seat? I mean, it could be if I drilled a hole in the middle. Get a chance to watch Scott Adkins movie? Not yet. I ended up heading out to where my wife was at, spending time with her for a couple days. We just got home last night, but didn't really have a whole lot of time to do that. It looked good though. We're being very careful. One, not to overstrike and get myself in the thigh. So we're pushing down. We're not really swinging. So we're pushing down. There's a difference. And then we're smacking this way. Sounds like it was going fast. Yeah, it went pretty fast. Why are you so scared of trains? Boxcar Willie would be pissed. Boxcar Willie. Oh man, I don't know why that reminded me. I mean, I guess because of the word boxcar. There was a book, like when I was a kid, the Boxcar Kids. It was a book series. I remember like reading about their resourcefulness and like cooling butter in the stream and being like, whoa, that's so cool. Kind of the first like inklings of my survival interests at a very early age. Wife time is always good. Yeah. For sure. She's pretty cool. Don't tell her I said so, though. I don't think she'd like the movies very much. She doesn't really care much for action. Brace that on there. Getting there. I want to kind of round this side off a bit now that I chipped all that out, thinned that out a bunch, getting rid of that crack. I think we'll make it. I think we'll be okay. I think I'm going to round off all the edges actually, but we'll wait till this side's a bit thinner. This side's like twice as thick as this side. Not that much thicker. We'll just go ahead and kind of taper it a bit. Once this is done, I do kind of want to put an iron band on it. He's from Missouri, yeah. Yep, I am from Missouri indeed. Good old Misery. Come back in with the adze. Try to remove. We're going to try to level that out a bit more. And I think we're going to even this side up as well too. I have this side be as thick as that side. Yeah, we're only going to be doing a live stream for about an hour and some change today. About an hour from now, I'm just out here. Got a little bit of an opportunity while my wife's getting ready to go to an appointment. I'll be stuck home with the kids. I don't know if I'll have any time to do anything tomorrow. I was gonna go film some survival tips tomorrow while we have the snow. Just little things, not anything too crazy or anything, just stuff to prevent snow blindness, stuff about boiling snow and such, because it seems like you should be able to like just scoop up snow and eat it. And it's like, if you're in a real survival situation, sure you can, you just need to get by, but it'll drop your body temperature way too fast for it to be worth it. Your body uses a lot of energy to warm up that snow, and risks of parasites is a pretty strong risk if you're in an area with a lot of wildlife, because the snow could look totally fine. But what I see a lot of people do, like bushcraft survival videos, they'll just like throw the snow in a cup, let it warm up by the fire, and then drink it. Sounds like a party, yeah. But and that's a good way to get a lot of parasites. Do you think anyone would be into like a live stream where I answer a bunch of survival questions, like a ask a survival instructor anything live stream? I don't know if that would go very well. I would have to be doing something else too. I couldn't just sit there and just answer questions. I got to keep myself a little busier than that. I think we're getting a lot more even. I think that's starting to look pretty good. This side, not so much. I think I'm going to take down this side on the inside a bit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, which is funny because it's like most of the people who watch me and are subscribed to me watching or subscribed because of the crafting stuff, but that was only supposed to be like half of my channel. I'm mostly like outdoor survival guy, but after my son was born recently, a couple months back, I stopped going out in the woods and just started doing live streams, which has been wildly successful compared to my survival stuff. But it's like I still want to keep doing the survival stuff because I know I want people. I don't know. I just want that out there. Maybe I'll do like live streams just for my crafting stuff and a couple little instruction videos on how to craft stuff. Looks like a nice place. You seem like a cool guy. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's pretty chill. I mean, I'm just in town though. You can probably see like a neighbor's house peeking out from behind this bush. It's just a good backdrop that gives people privacy. A lot of people assume that I'm deep in the woods. They're like, oh, this guy's living off grid. He's living the dream. And then I'm like, no, I'm like surrounded by people. Nothing wrong with living in the city. It's just, it's not for me, and I wish I wasn't. I get told that that's like grumpy old man mentality. I think I'm too chill to be grumpy old man. Yeah, I appreciate your kind words. Drop a like and a sub if you like my stuff. I'm trying to be better about self-promoting. Really hard. Realistically, I could have just split a log in half and slapped legs on it, but I'm looking for something a little more refined. Are you a Cossack? No. I'm an American. Yeah, I'm just wearing some, so my clothes I'm wearing are Viking Age. Rus, Eastern style Viking. That would have been in Russia, so close to the Cossacks. got the mailman walking by. It's always awkward. Looks like I'm talking to myself out here. Let's see. I think I want to get this overhang out of here. Just going to try to smooth it out as much as possible. There goes our lovely mailman. That mailman has caught me like foraging and doing all kinds of stuff. One day he caught me. I had dropped a hot piece of steel in my boot. I didn't have my boots laced. They were loose, and I had a hot piece of steel fall in there. And I was it took my boot off real quick and was running it underwater. I was in like full, you know, my leather apron, and I was in all that. I had head goggles on and all that. I'm sure it looked really strange. Me just you know, dressed like that with my foot under the spigot. That was before that was before I started my YouTube channel. I think that's looking a lot better. It's kind of got a warp to it. This end's a bit too high. I think we're going to knock that down a bit just to make it look a little less weird. Got some high points I want to knock down as well. We're just trying to get this profile evened out. Yep, still got that warp. I think it's because this end drops down so much from where that crack was. We're going to knock that off a bit more. Come in with the axe so we can maybe get like a nice smooth plane for the most part. I don't want to thin this out too much. That looks a lot better. I don't want to thin it out too much because I don't want to let's see. The only way to tell if it's comfortable is to sit on it and fart. Okay. Definitely will consider putting fart holes in it. Not really. Yeah, I probably will end up sitting on it a bunch. That is a really good way to tell whether something is comfortable or not to sit on. I think I want to roll the edges over. See how it kind of comes up and like cups up like that? That's not going to be comfortable to sit on. This side, however, how it rounds off like that, looks a lot better. So we're going to go ahead and knock down this whole side. I'm going to round her off. I will probably, I don't usually sand a lot of my like primitive woodworking projects like this. But I think I probably will this one, just because comfort is going to be important. Let's see. Yeah, for sure. I pretty much got this side pretty much where I want it, because this is going to be the bottom of it. I do want to leave the ends a bit hefty, just because I don't want to have it be too thin. This side's a little bit thin already, but I had that crack I had to chase. How did you guys all fare during Snowmageddon? We got about a foot here. 8 inches to a foot. I might come in from the side and get out all these rough chop marks. Hate when I have to chase crack. Yeah, me too. Let's see. Still want this side to come down a bit more, but I don't want to lose much more chunk. think I am still going to reinforce this with a nice steel band, because I think that'll be cool. I'd even entertain the idea of making a little leather seat cover too, because that would kind of like represent all like my main crafting skills, you know, metal working, leather working, and woodworking. Yeah, we're gonna clean up these chops, see where we're at after that. We're gonna go from the side. Sorry you guys can't see. I've thought about doing I have a little set up, so like a little thing that goes around my neck and holds it, gives you guys a first-person view. Mostly got that for had to work Mondays, slid all the way. Yeah, I bet you did, man. Oof. That's no fun. We're cutting it up a little bit more shallow of an angle, so I'm not putting new chop marks in. I do kind of like the idea of putting a big piece of leather on here. Maybe I'll do some like leather carving on it too. But I don't want to cover up, because I'm going to do, when I put the legs on here, I want to put the wedges in. This is going to be just like a simple little, going to be simple. Maybe I shouldn't make it too fancy. Maybe I'll leave it with the iron banding and, or the steel band. Which at this point, because I took that crack out, at this point it'll be mostly decorative anyway for that metal. I mean, it will add something when it comes to strength. But we'll see. We'll kind of do it live. Play it by ear. First person view would be a good idea. Yeah, I just worry about shaking too much. Shaking the camera. Give you guys all motion sickness. Someone told me once they were watching my stream in VR, I can imagine how how jarring that would be, the constant shaking. I feel like that would make you motion sick in like 5 seconds. I think we're going to go back and forth a whole bunch until we get just about the finishing depth that I want. I'm getting these cut marks out. I have so many projects I need to be working on, which is really hard. Between like bouncing like errands and chores around the house and work, really hard to get in and go out and do a whole bunch of cool fun stuff. Good point. Potentially different cameras could help with that. But who the hell watches videos on VR? No joke. I was really surprised when that guy told me that. I mean, I think he literally popped in chat just to say, oh, I'm watching this in VR, and then I never heard from him again. So I think I said something. It was like 4 or 5 live streams ago, though, so. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all that. It's... I could see if there was like a... That's actually kind of a cool idea, guys. Chat. If you made a specific, like a streaming service for VR, you could have you could do like a spectator mode. I mean, like it would just be a simple like software thing. It'd just be like ghost watching people. You can watch them first person and listen to like an audio overlay. I think that'd be pretty cool. That's my idea. Nobody steal it. I'll sue you. Copyright, trademark, registered trademark. But I mean, I think VR is pretty much on its way out anyway. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it caught on as much as people thought it would. It's like, it's a cool novelty. I played like a little bit of Skyrim VR. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it's not as good as regular Skyrim. At least the version I played, it was literally like you'd point and teleport. That's how you moved. Which, like, sounds okay, but it was totally busted in gameplay, because I remember that also the weapons, you know, there was no time with the weapons, so there's obviously no weight, so you could just like, you just be like, oh, weightless axe, and then you just do that real quick, and it just destroys every enemy you came up against. I killed the first bear in that cave in like 5 seconds. If you know anything about Skyrim, you know. I mean, it was nothing. I just teleported behind it and smacked it with a two-handed hammer, which I was holding one-handed too, so it's like, yeah. It's a really cool idea. Yeah, someone out there should do it and give me money. I'll take 5%. And it'd be really cool to do it, you know, like even for non-VR games, you could just like be watching someone play Call of Duty and you'd be first person for them. And just like go spectate. That'd be, I should just contact Twitch, pitch them that idea. They're like, okay, go ahead and do it. We'll buy it. I'm like, oh. I have to do things? I can't just sell you the idea? That's the problem. We ain't scientists. We ain't got VR. I sure don't. I've got a PS4. That's kind of like, that had VR on it, I think. Yeah, very early VR. I remember that now. So that's where I played VR Skyrim. I don't know, chat. What do we think? Like, it's getting there. It's just about done. It does bowl a little too much this way, but I don't think it'll be terribly uncomfortable. Maybe for hours. I think I do want to like thin this out. I do want to flatten it a bit more. What do we think about putting a piece of leather on it and then wrapping the whole, like, leather on the inside bit? I do want to like flatten this off and be more like that. And I do want to round these off just a bit too, just to kind of make it a little bit more organic looking. Mystic Forge Outdoors is live. Yippee! Hey, welcome back to the live stream. I did one the other day, but it was I was Mystic Forge indoors because it was right after we had all this stuff come down, all this snow stuff. And it was still very cold. I think it was like 1 degree still. Yeah, I think that'll look better. I think I'm actually just going to round off all these corners and call that good. How's the family? They're doing good. They're doing good. See, the shape has really come along really nice. It looks good. Thank you. Yeah, I think it'll be a nice little stool. Just continue to keep knocking these corners off. Yeah, family's doing good. We were lucky enough to not lose any power with Snowmageddon. It was definitely cold. I sent my my wife and kids out. I still had to keep working, but I sent my wife and kids out to my wife's parents' house because they lose power a lot less than we do. My house has a transformer that leads to it, and it's gone out a couple times over the years during winter storms. So I definitely did not want them to be stranded out here if the power went out. Because I got a baby and a little toddler. Hello, Rodolph Vaca, I believe is. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live stream. It's looking good. I think I'm going to round this one off a little bit more. But I don't know, what do we think? Do we think we leave it wood, put a little bit more work into it with some chisels, get all these little cut marks out, kind of hard to see? We just smooth it out, make it nice to sit on? Or do we put leather on it and then do some cool leather etching on it? Because I still do want to do a metal band around it. I could do brass. I think that'd look cool, especially with the leather. Especially if I antique the leather. A nice aged look. I got some antique leather here. Sending love and prayers to you and your family. Thank you. And is it Inta? Inta, is that how you pronounce it? Do some leather work. Would look sick. I think so. Because yeah, if I do like this kind of dye to the leather, and then have some nice brass accents, I think that could look pretty. Good. I know a guy. Me too. Brass and leather work would look really nice. Yeah, I think I will do that. I think we'll go the extra mile. I do still want to smooth it out a bit more. This lump in the middle needs to come out. This needs to come out. Like I'm wearing my apron. I was about to grab my marker so I could mark where I wanted to take it down. Oof, what a goober. I think we will do that. That means, though, that I'm probably going to, because I have to do some leather carving anyway, for another project for a sheath, for cameraman Joey. We're just taking really light little ticks off of here. Just starting to smooth it out just a bit. Muscle memory always makes me smile. Yeah. Heck yeah. I might. See, I still do want to take that down. I want to take this down. I want to take that down right there. But yeah, muscle memory is funny like that. I remember my current job, I drive a forklift, unfortunately. I mean, driving a forklift's fine, but I drive a forklift, and it was different than the kind of forklifts I had driven before. Most of them are like the double pedal, so forward on the left, backwards on the right with the dual pedal. These other ones, you had to flip up a switch, like you were putting a turn signal on, and it would forward and reverse. I got in my car after a work week of doing that, and I went to go back out on my parking spot in my car and turned on my windshield wipers. It was very funny. Less funny is, because you have to honk a lot in a warehouse, because we've got other forklift drivers that share the same area, is you get used to honking your horn. You have to honk around every blind corner. You have to honk when you're driving by people. You have to honk whenever you're approaching any kind of blind corner, any intersection. So you end up honking a lot. Whenever you're backing up, you honk a couple times. So being out and about in your car and having the urge to honk all the time because you're just so used to doing it at work. I mean, that's still funny, actually. You know what? We'll still call it funny. She's shaping up. Take this side down a little bit. I think people can't just pay attention. Yeah. Well, my company is very very safety oriented. I'm used to working at places where, like, you know, you just pay attention to the forklift drivers when you're walking in their area. You know, they go into a truck, they're all the way back in the beginning of a truck, and you know, you just watch whenever they go in and come out, and you can walk behind as long as you don't walk behind them as they're coming out. You know, it's just kind of common sense stuff. I'm used to that, but this place, it's like you can't even have a forklift and a person walk in the same area. It has like different zones for different types of traffic, fork truck traffic versus pedestrian traffic, which has been odd. Everywhere else I've ever worked, I've been in shipping and receiving for like almost a decade. Heck yeah. Flex on the non-forklift certified people. Fork truck certified and ready to fight. Problems, common sense isn't that common anymore. Yeah, it's so rare, it's basically a freaking superpower these days. Common sense, deductive reasoning. Yeah, it's all pretty rare these days, and it's really sad. It's really sad. And it's like, I would say, oh, it's all the young people, but I see plenty of older people and people my age as well that are just, no offense to them, you know, but absolutely just brain dead. They don't have the ability to have, they don't have any critical thinking at all. You know, they can't make decisions without, you know, Googling 5 million things or asking ChatGPT or whatever. I'm not going to get too political about the AI thing, but I don't think it's doing a whole lot of good. You know, the people who make all their decisions based off of AI, I think that hurts us as a species. Trim this side down, and then I think we'll just kind of clean up. Don't your ears get hurt afterwards? The tinnitus? Oh, for the horns? Horns aren't very loud. Basically deaf in this ear anyway, so the horns are pretty quiet. It's like they're not very loud. I think that's looking good. Bring this down a little bit more. I might even take the belt sander, my little baby belt sander, smooth off some of the outside edges just to make it a little prettier, a little smoother. This stuff's pretty rough. 100% agree, yeah. Yeah, I think most people do. I like to believe most people have, you know, those critical thinking facilities still intact and all that. I worked with this kid, though, man. Working especially very entry-level jobs, and that's no offense to people working entry-level jobs or anything. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Obviously, I couldn't have found this out if I wasn't working those same jobs, but I don't know, man. Just the people who, like, I worked with this kid. I mean, he was only like 2 years younger than me at the time, and he just did not understand. So I was working at a taco place, and we get our lettuce for the tacos like vacuum sealed, and in order to bring it like back to life, to, you know, breathe some life into it, you put some cold water in and you like toss it and you let it soak for a little bit before you serve it, and it helps bring it back to life. I think that's pretty common in the restaurant industry in general. But man, this kid, we kept having him go and run and do the other stuff because he just could not work on the line. He couldn't work the registers. He couldn't do anything. So we were just like, I guess we'll just have him do like basic prep stuff. And so he would bring us this lettuce, and this lettuce would just look terrible. It was the middle of summer, so we were like, oh, maybe it got too hot on the truck or something, or maybe it's too hot where it's at. And we're like, hey, this one's like too wilted. We can't serve this. This isn't good. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll go get another. And then the next one he'd bring would be wilted. He did that like 3 or 4 times in a row. And we were like, what is going on? He's like, I was like, take us to the lettuce you're showing us. And he's like, it's right here. And I looked at it in the bag and everything, opened it up, smelled it, looked totally fine. And then I was like, walk me through how you're preparing this. And he was like, okay, I just did exactly what you said. I'm just adding water to it. And then I was like, okay, well, just humor me. Take me through this process. I was a crew lead at this point. And he's like, okay, well, I'll show you, but it's stupid. Because you already know I'm doing it right. And then he took me to the station where we prep all our stuff. And he's like, I open it up. And I was like, yeah. He's like, I just add water. I'm like, okay, well, show me you adding the water. Maybe you're not adding enough. Maybe something's going wrong. He's like, oh, whatever. I'm not an idiot. And then he takes me to the Bunn water dispenser, which that comes out at pretty much a boiling temperature. If you've ever worked fast food, you know it's like out of the coffee machine. Basically, comes out basically boiling. And he dumps it in the bag, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm adding water. I'm not stupid. I know you have to like cook it before you serve it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy run 5 bags of lettuce in a day. I was like, buddy, you're supposed to be putting the cold water in it. He's like, but it won't be cooked. Like, it's lettuce. It doesn't get cooked. Unless you're Russian, then you have that weird lettuce soup. But yeah, I told him that, and he just like, was like, oh. He wasn't allowed to do prep stuff after that. He pretty much cleaned. And then he got fired because he put intentionally a lid to one of our sauce bottles in the fryer until it melted, and then scooped it out. And then one of his friends that worked there, he pulled his shirt open and dumped it in there with a bunch of grease and burned the kid really bad. He was like, I just thought it'd be funny. It's like, okay, we don't want this kid here anymore. Turns out he in fact was an idiot. Yeah, 25, 28, and full of anti-AI. I got hair in my eyes. The amount of people my age who are completely reliant on AI is scary. Oh yeah. I've never worked in the industry, but surely lettuce is the easiest thing to prep. It is! You just cut open the bag, dump some water, or pour some water in, shake it, and it's good. That's it. I've never... okay, I had an old roommate, too, who did not understand box directions for... it was like Hamburger Helper. He, he was like, I don't know, he'd lived with his parents like his whole life, and then he was like 30, and then moved out and didn't know how to do anything. You know, no offense to him, you know, it wasn't really his fault. He'd been babied his entire life, so he didn't know. It's on his parents for babying him his entire life. But he didn't do a whole lot around the house. And we were like, dude, just make dinner just one time or something, you know, just help us out. Because he wouldn't do the dishes very well. He just kind of splashed water on them. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if he was doing that on purpose so he wouldn't have to do it. But he cooked dinner one night for us, and we were like, we'll give him something easy. Just literally Hamburger Helper. You just brown up a pound of hamburger meat, drain the fat off, put in all the stuff with a little bit of water, and you stir it, and bingo bango, it's done. Hamburger Helper is easy as can be. And we're like, whatever. He can handle it. He could not handle it. He brought it out to my roommate. I'm lucky she took the first bite instead of me. And she was like, oh, thanks for making dinner, bud. He did not cook the hamburger meat before he added everything in. He didn't even like bring the sauce up to a simmer. So it was like uncooked noodles, cold water, and uncooked hamburger meat. And he's like, well, I got it hot. It was steaming. And it's like, now that I'm thinking about it, because I know he's not completely inept. Like, now he's living on his own and everything. He has to know how... I hope he knows how to take care of himself at this point. But yeah, man. But yeah, no, it's like I work with this kid, or used to work with this kid. He got let go, but he was like, we were talking about hanging out with friends, the older people who I work with. We're all talking about like, oh, we hang out, every once in a while. He's like, my only friend's really my ChatGPT. We're like, what? And he was like, yeah, I don't really need friends, They let me down too many times when I wanted to hang out, and so I just started talking to ChatGPT, and that's like my only friend. I'm like, you better start believing in cyberpunk dystopias, because we're living in one. But yeah. Crazy stuff in this world, my friends. Crazy world we're living in, all this crazy technology. And if you want to get back to your grassroots, make sure to like and subscribe, because we don't do any of that here. I'm just kidding. I'm not like that, but that would have been a really funny time for a pitch. No, but for real, like and subscribe if you're into the, outdoor stuff and crafting and all that, Viking Age reenactment. I might make a separate channel for the Viking Age reenactment. I'm 29, living off-grid, 6 years. Heck yeah, bud. Heck yeah. Blade Runner movies, got nothing on today's reality, yeah. Oh, yeah, that guy was dating an AI. I guarantee there's people dating AI today. No, I know there are. I watched about an hour-long video on it. To each their own, If you want to date an AI person, robot thing, more power to you. I don't think it's healthy. I think you should probably just go to therapy. But you do you. I'll not do that. I don't know. Uncertain times we're living in, folks. But what's not an uncertain thing is the fact that I live stream at least once a week. No, I'm just kidding. I do live stream like once a week. I have to, because if I don't, the algorithm will kill my channel. The algorithm always has a knife to the throat of my channel. And if I go too long without posting, my views go from like thousands a day to like a dozen, maybe tops. It's been 20 below. Yeah, heck yeah. Shameless plug, yeah. You gotta shamelessly plug sometimes. Shameless self-promotion is the only way to keep yourself alive in this cutthroat world. Besides backstabbing other creators. Watch out, Plunder Shop. No, I'm just kidding. I actually did get approached by another friend who's starting a YouTube channel. He's gonna be like doing basically like story times. He has like a little animation thing. I don't want to talk about it too much, but yeah, one of my friends and all that, he's gonna be doing that. He offered to. He was like, "Do you want to come on and talk sometimes?" And I'm like, "Heck yeah, for sure." And he was like, "Okay, what do you want your little character to be?" Because his little character is an animal. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I want to be an animal too. Heck yeah." He's like, "Well, what animal?" I'm like, "Make me a frog, a little blacksmith frog." And he showed me the design today. I'm very excited. I don't know what the best way to clean this up is. This end. Oh yeah. Plunder Shop using the special stickers. Those special membership stickers that you get when you sign up to the membership. We're going to use the Wildman knife, I think, to clean up these corners. I'm trying to figure out more stickers to do. I do want to make one out of the screenshot of let's go live every once in a while, just hang out with the wood stove, let people maybe see what it's like to relax. Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't have a wood stove though. I've got gas heat. What? Okay, I do have a wood stove. It's just not hooked up. Ooh, this is working nice after I sharpened it the other day. But yeah, it's just hard to find time. I've got 2 kids and a wife. Both my kids are under 3. My daughter's just a little over 2. My son's only a couple months old. We're being very careful not to cut ourselves. But oh yeah, I want to do the Mystic Look. A term coined by Plunder Shop over there. I hurt myself on a live stream, and I hit a very particular look when I injured myself. I was like, you know, I'll probably screenshot that, make that a sticker. It'd be very fun to injure myself and have everyone use that to mock me. No, I'm just kidding. Just funny, iconic moments, though. Didn't know you had a membership. I'll definitely purchase one. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Wild Man Knife appears. Yeah, I freaking love this thing, man. Now that it's got that nice smear polish on it. Ooh, buddy. It's cutting pretty good. I'm going to be honest, I haven't really tested it at all. It is a bit thick in the bevel. I do want to thin out this bevel, because I want it to be slicier. That's the whole point of this, you know, being such a fine, thin knife, which I made, for those of you who don't know. Trying to show you the spine without cutting myself. There's the spine. I made this entire thing pretty much on live stream. Did all the handle carving. I did the leather work. Hell yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I did all the leather work pretty much, except for like the finishing stuff. I did those as shorts. But made this whole thing, forged it, did most of the thing, did the final sharpening, all that on live stream. We do all kinds of stuff on this channel. The other day I did a little day hike. A little Viking hiking day hike. Did a little cooking out in the woods. Started the fire with flint and steel. It was a good time. I fell, and it sounded like a wooden wind chime because I had a wicker backpack, and that backpack dumped all my plates and all my other stuff out. I think I lost, I had a really cool actual iron needle that someone had forged. I might have lost that in that tumble. I may have to go try to find that in the forest, because I know exactly where it fell. It's under snow right now, though, so maybe a little ill-advised to try to go find it right now, you know. Ever sharpen a knife enough to shave hair? Oh yeah, every time I sharpen. Scrolling and hear ya, let us talk, has me cooking up taco meat for decent salad. Where you at? I'm in Missouri. You mail me a salad, bud. That's funny. But yeah, oh sorry, what was I talking about before that? Yeah, every time I sharpen a knife, it's sharp enough to shave. Wow, my skin's really dry. You guys don't want to see that, I promise. Got a bunch of like dried skin off. Let's see, let's check where we're at on time. And my wife's gonna be wanting to leave in about 20 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. But yeah, my last live stream, all my knives got pretty sharp. I really needed to do maintenance. I don't know if this is the best knife for this. It's a good test, because I mean this oak is pretty tough, but all I'm doing is rounding down these corners so it's nicer to sit on. I think I'm gonna sand the visible parts, maybe not the bottom, but I do like the idea of putting a leather seat cover on it. I don't know, it's kind of pretty wood grain though. I don't know if I want to cover that up. I'll clean up this inside and then I'll make my decision. Let's see. Yeah. I'm really liking this blade so far. I wanted to make something that wasn't just one of my like big beefy beast knives. I want something with a little more finesse to it. I am going to be making a partner knife for this, which is going to be a big chopper. It's going to be like a Wildman version of Plunder Chop. That knife that I sent you, that I showed you, that was like broken in half. I'm going to be making that in the same style as this knife to go along with this. So this will be my fine task knife, and that one will be like my chopper, wood splitter. Let's see. Did basic training in Mo, December '94. Bivouac was chilly, I bet. Gotta love bivy bags. Man, I'm really kind of bummed I didn't get to go camping in this. You know, but it just doesn't work out all the time. I mostly just wasn't able to get anywhere I could go legally camp. I could have stealth camped at like a local park or something, but just wouldn't be worth it to get out there and then potentially get a ticket, which I can't afford anyway. Uh-oh. No, I'm just crazy. Whew, cover those legs back up, it's getting chilly. Gotta check on the taco meat. Heck yeah. Man, now I want tacos. I had a like a little 6-inch from Subway last night with this like a roasted chicken avocado, because I'm trying to be a little healthier. But got like Chipotle on it, and I was like, wow, this is not good. It just makes me want like actual Mexican food, because it just vaguely close enough taste-wise to like Mexican American food. I miss like actual Mexican food. One of the Mexican restaurants I worked at had this super nice lady from Mexico. Her name was Sandra, and she'd bring me tamales all the time. Ooh, they were so good. Subbed up. Awesome. Good to hear it. Thanks, boss. Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you in the future. Guys, I think we pretty much got this where I want it. I do want to lower this a bit. I mean, this could be the back of the stool, this could be the front, but we don't want these lips that come up. So we're going to go ahead and knock those down. It's nice aesthetically. My inner bowl maker wants to leave them there. But we're going to knock them down anyway. Getting tacos on my mind, yeah. Hey, Rob, welcome. Back carving the mystery item, which is a stool. Not so mystery item. Caught your a little bit of your live stream earlier. I was lurking though. I wasn't very talkative. It was about 5 in the morning for me, and I was with my son, feeding my newborn, newish born. Bowl? Nope. Gonna be stool. Nice old stool. Just gonna put some legs on it. I need to thin out this side some more. This side's a bit too chunky. You know, I think I'm just gonna thin out the high walls. I do kind of like the idea of leaving the high sides. So my inner bowl maker wants to. How you doing today, Rob? I hope it's warm where you guys are at. Yeah. Or where you're at. Rob, I was there for the bit whenever your wife said it was cold outside when you're wearing your house robe. Very funny. I got a good laugh out of me. I know you said not to encourage her, but It was pretty good. That was a good bit. You must have caught my morning live, not my afternoon live. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I've been out and about running errands since then. Since this morning, we're going to put the Wildman knife up. That might have been ill-advised. I mean, I trust my sheets. I was barely pushing anyway, so. Do as I do all the time. I'm never make mistakes. Never broken a project. Never injured myself. I'm basically like the coolest guy ever. Totally lying. I've broken a lot of projects on here. Mostly kookses. Morning, she was being mean. Yeah, mean but funny. That's a good description of my wife. I mean, my wife is super nice. She would never be mean. I certainly would never have to like signal to the chat that she's really mean to me by blinking a whole bunch. Sorry, I had something in my eye. I think it's this fox hair hat. Ooh, smooth her over. I got the Shrek soda off of it from the other day. If you guys were there for that live stream, I know Plunder Shop was. That's normal for my wife. Yeah, same. She's lovely, though. Thought about coughing in Morse code, like SOS, just for a second. But I still have a little bit of a cough, so I do not want to actually start a coughing fit. I mean, to anyone but me. Yeah. Welcome back. Yeah. It's meanness is a love language for some people. This up. Rounding this corner off a little bit more. I want to get happy with the shape. I think I like that a little bit more. Definitely kind of matches. But we're gonna lower this area some more. It's about the only spot I can see. I know I've said I've been happy with the shape like 4 or 5 times now, and then continue to work on it. She'll get stabby when you go indoors. Not if she's not watching the live stream. She might be though. I am gonna have to end this any minute here. She'll probably hop on any second and tell me she's got to start getting ready to go. I'm just doing this little bit of a live stream while she's getting ready to go to a chiropractor appointment. Let's see. And then I'll have both the kids, and that'll be fun. Hello, I'm from Sweden, Europe, next to Norway. Oh yeah, I know where Sweden is. Welcome. I love Sweden. Taco salad ain't bad. Should have cooked the lettuce a little bit longer. That's funny. Did some work on the cross this afternoon. Made a couple of mistakes. So gonna need to do some repairs with wood glue. Ooh, always fun. That's why I always wait till I'm completely done with my project. I always save the wood shavings. Or wood dust. Sawdust, that's the word. That's what I was looking for. I'll always save the sawdust so I can mix it with the wood glue so it matches a little better. Now, mind you, most of my woodworking stuff before now is knife sheaths. Or not knife sheaths, knife handles. Knife sheaths too. I've never made a wooden knife sheath, but I plan on it. Nice traditional Scandinavian one. Probably for Puko or Lioku. What's up, buddy? I'm at work. Oh, hey, T-Fear. Welcome. That's exactly what I did. Yeah, heck yeah. I'm not free until 7:30. Ooh. That's a bit. I'm just doing a little bit of a tiny live stream today. It could be over any second. Just waiting on my wife to say she needs me back in. Do you follow Wes Does It? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I pretty much just follow people who talk to me on here. People who are like, "Ooh, check out my channel," and you know, like Lions Fix It Shop, you, SNS Plunder Shop. Since I've been doing YouTube, I've been trying not to consume too much other YouTube because I don't want to unconsciously like steal people's content, if you know what I mean. He also makes wooden sheets. Oh, very cool. But yeah, I don't want to like subconsciously like take people's ideas, like maybe watch something and then like a week later I'm like, oh, here's this thing I just thought of, but it wasn't. It's just like knocking around on my subconscious from watching a week ago. I'm gonna choke up on this hatchet a little bit. But yeah, I've been trying just to, I've been doing it about a year actually. I don't know, I kind of burned myself out on YouTube because I was watching a lot of YouTube. Yeah, I get you, yeah. That's kind of a personal question. Not private, of course. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Gotta make a call, mate. Gotta run. Sorry. You have a good one, Rob. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Yeah, go ahead and shoot your question. I'm always open to questions. We are an open book here on Mystic Forge Outdoors. For the most part. Questions are always good to ask. They may not always get answers, though. I am a pretty open guy. Greetings from Poland. Hello from America. Ooh. Scoot over some of these wood chips. Where are you in the world? I mean, it's snow, and we have snow too. I am in Missouri. Missouri in the United States of America. Answer both your questions at once. Most of the United States has got snow, I think, right now. From what I understand, we pretty much, like the whole country except for Florida's either really cold or dealing with snow right now. Indiana, very cool. I think we're just about done. I'm going to leave the bottom pretty rough looking. It's got these like nice chop marks in it. I think I will smooth some of them over, the ones that are a bit too flaky. I mean, that one just came right off though. I will clean it up a little bit, but I do want to leave it pretty rough hewn to show that it, you know, it's handmade and everything. And I think I want to figure out where I want to put the legs. I'm surprised my wife hasn't. Upper Peninsula, Michigan. Ooh, it's cold there. Dang. Thank you so much for that, answering my question. No problem. Thank you for asking. Thank you for being here. I think I'm just about okay. I do want to trim, like, obviously I want to get all these like tool marks out, but I think I want to start figuring out where I want the holes to go. I think we're going to do that now. So I'm going to use a knife to kind of mark them. Western New York. Yeah, but it's cold there too. Ooh. Let's see. So I want it to be where there's enough meat. I think here. It's going to come right across. Do it here. We've got plenty of room right there and there. Right there and there. Plenty of room away from the edges and away from the ends, because I'm going to be... Huge icicle just came off my house. I think we got plenty of room, because it's going to be a 1-inch hole. I think that gives us... I'm actually going to bring this one in a little bit more. And bring this one in a little bit more as well. Kind of... That way it just gives us enough room to make it to where there's enough meat on the... for the legs, that they're not going to snap very easily. And I don't want it to be perfect. I want these holes to be pretty, you know, I bet this knife would actually make it pretty nice. Work pretty well as a drill, but we have an actual auger for it. Real cold here, a lot of snow, probably at least 4 feet of snow on the ground here. Wow, we only got a foot here. I mean, a foot for us is pretty unusual. We usually get like 4 or 5 inches. Let's see. All my wood is covered in snow. I see a stick that'll work. Oh, my legs. Oh, this looks just about perfect. We're gonna trim it up a little bit. We're just getting a handle for the you know, actually, I might leave that there. I think that'll pretty much be a perfect little... We're going to knock off all these little stick bits. We're just trying to get a stick that'll go through the hole of this guy. This little settler's tool. I think that's just going to be just about perfect. Of course, I did not get the stick at the end. Bye. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, perfect. First try. So we're going to go ahead and set that there. We're going to kind of lock it in the legs. I don't know if this is the best way to do this, but it's the best way for you guys to be able to see. You know, we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to start by hand with this one. Now we're going to drill out at an angle, because you want the legs to be angled a bit. The stick might actually be a bit too long. I think I do want to... We'll see. The hole is started, so it's already biting in there. There we go. Yeah, I think this stick's just a bit too long. Cool thing about this tool is this handle. This you can it makes the perfect size hole, because it's... I have to kind of watch myself, because this side is bladed. I mean, it's not sharp, but you bash this over a stick or a piece of wood. In this case, it's going to be pretty thick pieces of wood, and it cuts perfect tenons, perfect little, basically little, what's a good word? It makes like little rods that perfectly go in these holes. So, I mean, it's like the same size. Kind of awkward. It'd be better if I had some sort of vise. I mean, I do have a vise, but I'm gonna dig it out right now. Gotta scroll. Their voices will get me. All right, you have a good one. You're amazing. That's so awesome. Thank you. Mortise and tenon. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, these things are really nice. I'll be around. All right, I'll see you later, boss. Appreciate you stopping in. Appreciate you. I think you subbed, if I remember correctly. It's kind of hard for me to read the names. I'm getting a little bit of the snow blindness. But yeah, it makes it really nice. These tools are really nice. Got this from as a gift from cameraman Joey. I do have a paddle bit for a regular drill, I could use that and I could have been done in like a second. But there's something I think about, yeah, you definitely got to shorten this. There's something about making everything by hand with old-fashioned tools that just makes something more special to me, I think. You know, doing it the old-fashioned way. Anyone can, you know, have thousands of dollars in machinery and whip out, you know, stuff. Like I had a coworker, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm an artist. I download designs offline and use a laser engraver to engrave leather. So I'm a leather worker." I'm like, I don't know if that technically makes you a leather worker, because I mean that doesn't require technically any skill. It just requires money and a little bit of knowledge. I could probably teach. No offense to, you know, to the people who do that. I just don't think that that's technically, not to be all too friggin' hoity-toity and high on myself, but I don't think that really counts too much. Once I build a windshield old-fashioned way, what was the girls when I was? Once I built a windshield the old-fashioned way when I was in a Girl Scouts. Very cool. I'm assuming you mean like a shelter. The world is moving so fast these days, slowing down and making something by hand just because it's such an achievement. Oh yeah, for sure. There's just something so satisfying. I mean, it's like, so I'm an outdoor person. You know, that's mainly what this channel's about. I've just started doing the crafting recently. But I make stuff, you know, like, okay, so for example, I made this knife, right? Going out in the woods and doing, you know, not exactly like survival stuff, but going out in the woods and using this to, you know, prep my food, carve things. I'm sorry, if I'm making you guys nervous. But, you know, prep my food, make things, you know, prep game, you know, make tools with this. There's just something so deeply satisfying about using something that you've made, especially when you're making other things too. It's like the act of creation just stacks on itself. I don't know. I might be alone in that. I don't believe that I probably am. Looks like we just punched through. You see that little dot right there? That's where it's starting to come through. I'll give you guys a good view. Or try to. But, do you guys know what I mean? There's just something so, especially like as a blacksmith or like a knife maker or something, there's just something incredibly satisfying, especially about making and using your own tools. You know, I know I'm kind of weird in the way that I, you know, all my hobbies kind of touch each other. I mean, it makes sense to me, but I don't know. Like, I'm gonna do a whole survival challenge. Like, this is gonna be a future video, so if you're interested in survival and crafting, this is kind of the perfect channel for you. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but sorry, I put it in at too much of an angle, and the handle keeps catching, so we're gonna have to come in from the other side to finish her off. But I'm gonna be doing a survival challenge. Would really have loved to have done it in this. But I'm going to do a survival channel where every single thing that I use is something that I've made. So I just need to make sure I'm matching this angle somewhat correctly. But I think I'm going to do that. I think it's going to be like a 3-day survival challenge, maybe winter, because then it'll actually be like a survival situation, potentially. Sorry, I gotta set this down for a second. I should honestly probably start on the bottom with these, because the angles are a little bit better for, wow, it's really not wanting to come in on the outside. I guess because it's, ooh, I made that a mess. But, just because the weird angle, I'm not able to really get in here very well. See, it's like, because this has kind of got an upsweep on the top, my handle's going to hit, but if I do that on the bottom where it's all curved away, it's not going to happen as much. But yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. I want to do that as a survival challenge because, like, you can go out and, like, I think winter is about the only time you can do like survival challenges with tools and stuff. But you know, building a shelter with, you know, all tools that I've made and cordage that I've made, carried in a backpack that I've made. Really nice to meet you. Stay safe and warm until we see each other again. Hit subscribe. Thank you. I'll see you in one of the future videos, one of the future live streams, I hope. You're not alone. A lot of people are doing really well showing off their skills that have been nearly died out. Glad people like yourself still exist. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's really one of the reasons I wanted to start my channel, is I wanted to keep those kind of ancestral skills alive. You know, the grandpa skills. You know, you talk about blacksmithing stuff, plunder shop. You and I were talking about this the other day. You talk about blacksmithing or knife making, and then people always have stories like, oh, my grandpa used to blacksmith. And it's like, those skills almost died out, I think. I think we got to a point where we were dangerously close to losing a lot of skills. The traditional skills that are making a comeback. You know, 5 years ago I would have said, oh yeah, nobody's going to care about traditional skills in 5 years. But I see stuff like traditional stonemasonry and stuff making a comeback and becoming like viral on TikTok and stuff. First hole done. And woodworking and, you know, all kinds of stuff. The knife making, blacksmithing. I mean, there's a million knife making channels and blacksmithing channels. Each one is good, I think. So let's see. I want to kind of match the angle and the spot, but I'm going to start from the outside. We're going to go ahead and come in a little bit more. And we're going to get this a little tap to get it started, since I don't have a hole there pre-started. I think I'm gonna actually start it with my knife. But yeah, sorry to ramble on about that. I mean, I guess that's kind of why you guys are here. You want to hear some of my opinions. World is moving, yeah, but yeah, it's I really wanted to keep those ancestral skills alive, and you know, that's mainly what I work with. Is I do like leatherworking, I do blacksmithing, woodworking, obviously. It's just stuff that's really important to me. And it's also kind of a nice way for me to, if I can teach you guys through a phone, then it'll be a lot easier for me to teach my kids in person if they ever show any interest. I'm not going to be one of those parents who are like, oh, well, in this family, we do survival stuff. If you don't like survival, then you're no kid of mine. You know? Because, I don't know. I saw, like, his family the other day. They had, like, 6 kids. And, the parents were violinists or fiddlers or something. And every single one of their kids played that. And I'm like, how many of those kids actually wanted to do that? You know? I'm sure some of them, but the whole family, every single kid wanted to do that, or did you make them learn? I'm not really big into forcing anyone to do anything that they're not into, especially not my kids. I mean, my oldest is only 2 though, so this is going much faster on this side. Got this handle the right size, came in at a good angle. Don't have to worry about catching on the inside. Already punched through. Definitely going faster than the first one. That's kind of how these things go, though. I think I'm going to do a nice contrasting wood color for the, because I'm going to put legs on here. It's going to be a thicker piece, and it's going to thin down to this exact size. Then I'm going to cut a slit in it, so whenever I put them in here, I can put that wedge in there, spread out the wood, and it'll lock in place. No wood glue required or anything. Gotta leave soon. Alright, chat. We're closing out now. My wife's got to head to her chiropractor appointment. It was really good hanging out with you guys. Sorry I got to end it, but, you know, duty calls and all that. It's not wanting to bite in anymore. We're going to go ahead and pull it out and Go from the other side. Ooh, that's terrible. I hate that. But yeah, really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. You know, listening to me ramble on about this and that, watching me drill holes in wood and carve and all that. I hope you guys have a really good day. I hope you guys are staying warm and safe. And I'll let you guys say stuff. Lovely to meet you. Family comes first, brother. Look forward to the next one. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, anyone who's interested in learning, you know, those ancestral skills I was talking about, make sure to subscribe. If you're into Viking stuff, subscribe. I'm a blacksmith, bladesmith, silversmith, goldsmith if I had the money for it. But yeah, outdoorsman, all kinds of stuff. So if you're interested in any of that, make sure to subscribe and catch the future stuff. Man, I just got here. Oh, I'm sorry, Grumpy. That sucks. Subscribe though. Catch me in the next one. I might be doing something tomorrow, maybe. Depends on how the day goes. I did want to do some like basic survival filming tomorrow. Some survival tips for you guys. While we have the snow and I can give good examples. Talk about that. But yeah, you guys all have a fantastic day. Stay safe, stay warm. Get out in the woods and maybe make something. You guys have a good one.